will save us all? Who will save us all? Who will save us all? Remember, who will save us all?
Hey, what's up guys? It's Danae. Sorry. I know. It's been a long time. I've just been traveling a lot. Like, I was in Vietnam, I was doing all these road trips, it was my cousin's wedding and all this stuff, so that's why you'll see these random videos that I do to kind of share with you what I've been up to. Okay guys, you know that I have been responding to a lot of your emails. I've been taking the time to respond. But, you know, there's this better way, and I think this is the only way I'm going to go with for me to get back to you guys. I want you guys to call me. I know, I've got a number. I want you guys to call me on my Say Now, and here you can call me and leave messages, and I can reply to you with messages, or you know. So for those who are in the U.S., definitely call me, and it's really the best way for me to get back to you, because for me it's a lot easier for me to reply to in voice, because I'm a pretty fast talker versus, you know, having to check my email and write. But for everyone else who is outside of the U.S., for now you can continue writing. Email me at avene@gmail.com. What I really want to hear is when you call me and you want to write to me, let me know what your name is, how old are you, and what country you're located, and ask your question. So here's another thing, okay? If you're going to email me, make sure that your message is short, because I'm really bad at like reading a really long email and then responding. Because most likely if it's a really long email, it's going to be hard. My number is 415-830-3164, okay? You can call me anytime. So Daniel and Eddie wrote to me and asked me about confidence. What are some different ways to build confidence? But before I even go into talking about confidence or anything like that, I definitely think that there is a key thing that you have to think about and really ask yourself before you even like go into any dating or anything like that. It's like, are you happy? Are you happy? I mean, it seems like a simple question, but it's something you have to ask yourself, because I think before you can even share yourself with somebody else, you've got to be like grounded. You've got to be okay and be happy with yourself. And then from there, confidence and everything else kind of naturally funnels through and kind of exude those qualities to people, and that's what's very attractive about people. You know, oftentimes people ask me for, you know, what should I say exactly on a date? How should I dress? How should I this and that? And I mean, honestly, it doesn't really follow formulas. It's not like you do this and it would equal this. It's more of building up what naturally feels right to you. The main thing I want to express here is like really be true to yourself. Know what your strong qualities are and use that. And Blu-ray, you wrote to me and you said that, you know, lately you don't have a car and you've been kind of like hesitant of making dates, scheduling dates and stuff because you don't have a car to pick up the girl, and lately you've been feeling kind of like loserish, and you're asking me, you know, what my thoughts are and how to feel better from that. How I want to address that is, what I want to say here is that having a car doesn't make who you are. Ooh, wow, that's really good. Wow, that's totally right. But honestly, like, having a car doesn't make who you are. There's so much more great qualities about you, and if you are worried about transportation, there's like a lot of things you can do. You can take public transportation, you can take a bike. I mean, there's a lot of great reasons why you should do that. One, you are saving the environment. Two, it's cost effective. And anything, it's not really that big of a deal if you don't have a car or have the girl pick you up, you know. I think the bigger issue here is not quite that you have a car. It's really about confidence. There's self-acceptance is really important. So along with what I talked about earlier today, here are some simple tips to help you build some confidence. Work on your posture. Always stand up straight. You can practice that standing up straight. Work on your posture. Because when you stand up, energy goes that way. When you talk, energy goes that way. You know, so it makes you feel like, oh, So work on your posture. Contribute. What does that mean? Volunteer. Connect with people. The more you contribute, you feel good about yourself. You're helping out other people. And then that will just naturally give you that like extra energy and air that, you know, you're a good person. When you're meeting somebody and you want to have that extra boost of confidence, wear your favorite outfit. Wear something that you feel really good in, because then you'll feel really good in what you're wearing, and then that will help you because you know you look good. I always find it really helpful to read inspirational books or watch a lot of videos on people who are inspiring or stories. I think that, you know, it makes you feel good after you read that, and it gives you that like, oh, you know, I can do that. It makes you feel kind of fuzzy, and you're like, oh, I can do that. Okay. Vinay's tip of the day. Actually, I have two. Okay, the first one is reach out and have a conversation. It's like, you know, like people always ask like, oh, how are you doing? Like, oh, I'm well. And that's the end of it. What I want you guys to do, I want you guys to pick somebody close to you, whether it be your best friend or your parents or whoever it is, okay? And I want you guys to talk. And not just like babbling like the various things, but yeah, like open up, express, you know, whether it be, you know, something that's on your mind or something that's been great, or, you know, maybe some health condition or whatever it is. I think it's good. It's good to like open up and talk. I think nowadays, because we have, you know, YouTube and MySpace and all this stuff, and people are spending time a lot on the internet, maybe that's reducing the time people are spending face to face with people, or even on the phone. I think it's great, but you should have more conversations. Tip number 2. I want you guys to write. You know, whether you start a blog or even, you know, in a journal or anything like that. I think when you express your thoughts and you write them out, it's a good way to feel good about it. But not only that, but you document it. Actually, recently I found one of my journals that I started in 1999, almost 10 years ago. And I would write in this journal, like, you know, periodically. And it's so interesting to look back and read it. And at the time I was in high school, so reading back, like, all these stories, you know, like me going through these relationships and what was going on in my life and school and stuff. And it was so neat to, like, read all these things and kind of reminisce. And it's like, you know, there are some memories in there that I totally forgot about. And it's just really neat to, like, have that, record that, and kind of reflect on how you've grown, or things that, or even things that you still do today. And it makes you really aware of that and kind of think twice, like, maybe I should, you know, work on that. Another thing that I realized when I was reading my entries from high school was that, you know, teenage years is a tough time. You know, you're dealing with, like, identity. You're dealing with having to do well in school. You're dealing with your relationships, your boyfriend and girlfriend, and it, like, that is your world. You know, it's so intense, and you could be dealing with depression, or, you know, dealing with a breakup or something. Finally, identity and discovering yourself and figuring out what do you have to do, where you're going to go to school. I know it's tough times, and I definitely feel for you because I went through that. A lot of my friends went. I mean, everybody is going through that or have gone through that. So I think that's why rolling in, I'd like to dedicate a little bit more time in my future episodes to kind of talk about things that, like, teen issues, you know, whether it be relationships, you know, mental health, which I like to call mind health, which is, I think, is really important to talk about, because finance stuff, you know. No one ever talks to young people about finance, like the basic understanding of, like, credit and investments and stuff like that you start building when you're like 17, 18 years old. And a random thing. So anyways, me blabbing on, sorry. But yes, open up,
keep a blog, write down your thoughts, whether it be in poem style or just rambling scribbles or stuff like that. It's nice to kind of document your thoughts and kind of reflect back. So, yes. Do it. Kind of perfect the lighting and stuff for on the futon with Vinay. It's like this lighting and the camera thing, and I'm still trying to figure that out to make it really snappy for you guys, because I hear about you. But you know what? I want to say that I really appreciate all you guys. You mean a lot to me. It's been really nice just getting to know you guys, and thanks for like contacting me and stuff like that. But I look forward to your voice messages. And from that, you actually get updates from me, like when I'm going to do a new video, what I'm up to, kind of like a tap into my own personal life, you know, my silly things that I do or the travel that I do. So, yeah, give me a call, and I will talk to you next time. Yeah.
How to build confidence and
Who will save us all? Who will save us all?